Hi, this is Matt Slauson. I'm in my shop and I'm going to do a demo on making a saxophone post. Same concept would apply to making about any other kind of post for an instrument. And I'm going to make the entire thing, including making the flat and cross drilling the posts, all on the lathe. So I'm going to start by turning a section to the diameter of the ball of the post. And my lathe has a friction clutch, so this is under power feed. That's why it's fairly smooth. And so I would cut this down to the height of the post to start with. That looks pretty good there. The tool I have to make the ball is one I made before, and it needs to be about 290 thousandths, a little over a quarter of an inch, so a little bit more to go. So, do that again. Alright, so that's the diameter I'm looking for. And now I'm just going to use my caliper, and about right there. I'm going to turn down the small diameter of the post. And make my feed the other way, and I'm going to create a little taper by eye. And this is under power feed. I'm just turning in the cross slide at a fairly steady rate. So I just created the taper. Now I'm going to switch to this tool, which is a hardened piece of drill rod with just a hole in the center of it. So that gets my rough shape that way. And I'm going to turn it in at an angle. And then finish out making the ball this way. Yes. Someday I'm going to drill a cross hole in this, so when it fills full of chips, it all falls out. All right. So there's the ball. Dress it up with a file a little bit. And I'm going to take this tool out and take this out. So there's the blank. whenever you're doing this kind of stuff, you want to think of order of operations and when you should or shouldn't cut things off. So I left this extra stock for a reason. So now what I'm going to do, assuming I can find my wrench here, I'm actually going to put this, so this is a boring bar tool holder. It's an AXA size, but you can do it with the OXA size that are on the little mini lathes as well. So they're large enough to actually do this. So I'm going to put my piece of brass in this tool holder, and I'm going to line it back up. Now I'm going to change chucks, but like I said, you can actually do this in the mini lathes with just the standard 3-jaw chuck that's in those lathes. And what I'm going to do is put a collet in to hold this chuck, and then I'm going to get my, we still in view, yep. I'm going to take my tool rest and turn it at 90 degrees to there. This is a 1/4 inch center cutting end mill, and I'm just going to come over here, and actually what I'm going to do for that, just to get it close by eye, and take my tailstock center. They're pretty darn close right there, so I'm going to line it up. By eye, that's pretty good. And we're just gonna we were good in the X direction. We were a little high, so we'll try that. Lower it. Still a little bit high, so we'll lower it some more. Looks pretty good. So there's the flat. Probably took off a little too much on that. I'm going to replace the end mill with a center drill and line that up. And let's see. A little low right there. We'll mark it, and actually I'm just going to go ahead and drill all the way through. Of course, if it were a threaded post, I could stick a tap in it and get the tap started this way. I don't think I'd want to power feed it this way. So there it is, drilled, not all the way through, but you get the idea. I'm going to take it out, put it back in my other collet. Oh, there it is. This is what happens around here. I never can find anything. Here's my other collet. Put this back in. And put a parting tool in. Got a little burr on it taken off, and so there's the post, made on the lathe, flats cut on the lathe, and drilled on the lathe. So there it is.